prospers when religion is vibrant and the rule of law under God is acknowledged.
An informed patriot is what we want.
Welcome to Focal Point, the home of muscular Christianity on Conservative Talk Radio.
Muscular Christianity.
Where we relentlessly explore the intersection of truth and politics.
The trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so.
Now, here's your host, Brian Fisher.
Hi, and welcome back to Focal Point, AFR Talk, this Wednesday edition of Focal Point, second hour. Good to have you in the conversation today. 888-589-8840 is the number to call. News from Israel. This is our Religion of Peace update. Muslims have fired 80 rockets into Israel, raining down on completely innocent civilians. Got an interesting story here. New York Times even covered it. First sentence, Palestinian militants from Gaza fired dozens of rockets and mortar shells into southern Israel overnight and Wednesday morning. So that's the story. These Muslims are firing these rockets into Israel at random, not targeted against military installations, but innocent men, women, and children. Now, the Israelis sent some airstrikes to take these militants out, and the headline is 4 Palestinian militants killed in Israeli airstrikes. So that is the dispassionate, objective New York Times. By the way, the man that President Obama has appointed to be the key investigator for this terror attack in Libya is an Islamist sympathizer. His name is Thomas Pickering. He's got extensive ties to the Council on American Islamic Relations. That's CAIR. That's the group. That's the unindicted co-conspirator. That's a Muslim Brotherhood group, unindicted co-conspirator in the largest terror funding trial in U.S. history. Nothing to worry about there. And that Muslim that tried to blow up the Federal Reserve, it turns out that he was a vice president of the Muslim Student Association at Southeast Missouri State University. Remember, we've said these MSAs, Muslim Student Association, these are Muslim Brotherhood cell groups. Each one of these MSAs is a potential terrorist training group, terrorist cell. He was the vice president of the Muslim Student Association at Southeast Missouri State. Next move, go to New York and try to blow up the Federal Reserve. And again, no freedom of speech under Islam. Here's a story from Fox News about the host of a television program, a talk show host in Egypt, that has been sent to jail for 4 months for criticizing President Mohamed Morsi. He's in prison now, or jail, for 4 months. And Morsi, by the way, was at a mosque on Friday where the imam prayed for the destruction of Israel. And Morsi, who is the president of Egypt, is right out there, got him on film, saying amen. He's agreeing with it. He is adding his amen to a prayer for the destruction of the Jews and their supporters. That is your Arab Spring. Now, the Obama campaign is in pretty big trouble. By the way, on the I'm going to talk about the trouble they're in here in just a second. On this bayonet business, remember Barack Obama made a big deal out of the fact that we've got less horses and bayonets today than we did in 1916. Well, it turns out he's right about the horses. We've got 176 horses in the cavalry today, but the first soldiers into Afghanistan went in on horses. They still have a vital role in military defense. In fact, there is going to be a statue in their honor that's going to be put up at Ground Zero, part of the 9/11 memorial. A statue of guys on horses defending our liberties. So we have fewer horses, but they are just as strategic now as they were then. And when it comes to bayonets, the president was absolutely ignorant of the facts. We have 3 to 4 times more bayonets now in 2012 than we did in 1916. That is the Fisher factoid of the day. We have 3 to 4 times as many bayonets today in 2012 in the U.S. military than we had in 1916. The U.S. Army has 419,155 bayonets in its inventory as you and I are speaking. Marine Corps has got 195,334, and they plan to acquire another 175,061. Now, back in 1916, we had maybe 108,000 men in the military. Had about 90,000 men in the National Guards. You add them up. So maybe at the outside in 1916, we had 200,000 bayonets. Now you add it all up now, 419 in the Army, 195 in the Marine Corps, plus they're adding another 175. That means today, I don't know what that comes out to, 419 plus 195, that would get you up to 614, plus another 175. That's going to push you close to 800,000 bayonets. 800,000 bayonets we have today. We either have them or we're getting them, compared to 200,000 in 1916. So that means today we have 4 times as many bayonets in the military as we had in 1916. Now, President Obama, desperate enough, this is clip 3, President Obama desperate enough that he came out with a fancy pants pamphlet supposed to outline his agenda for his second term. This is clip number 3. Here is Jessica Yellen from CNN. We don't have it? Okay. Maybe. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's my bad. My bad. It's clip 5. Rob's right on it. I'm the one that's goofed up here. So this is clip 5. Jessica Yellen, CNN. She's on with Carol Costello. Remember, she's the one who said she's a proud card-carrying member of the gay Gestapo. Jessica Yellen, CNN, she's taken a look at this fancy pants Obama plan for a second term. Here's what she had to say on CNN.
Well, I wouldn't put it that way because he has put this out before. He's just never put it out in a booklet like this. We heard these same details at the Democratic convention. We've heard them from his mouth on the campaign stump for days and months and weeks. And so my point is there's not anything significantly new in here. It's just all compiled in a nice booklet now.
So she said there's nothing new here. There's nothing in here. This is old stuff. This is just recycled stuff. It's just been put in a nice booklet. That's all we've got. So she dismisses it from CNN out of hand. And I want to apologize for the mix-up on the rundown. I got so involved in adding up the hundreds of thousands of bayonets. I mean, my mind was working overtime on the math. I mean, I was cracking it. I was adding the 419,000, and I was adding the 195,000, and I was adding the 175,000, and somewhere in there, I forgot how to count. Now, Rob, my director, he can still count. He can count to 5. I can't count to 5. I got mixed up trying to count to 5. So that, yeah. Are you saying, Rob, you can count to 5 on one hand and the fingers of one hand? Yeah, Rob says, man, I got the numbers. In fact, Rob can even count to 10, he told me, because he's got 2 hands, still has all his digits. So that mix-up is entirely on me. But that's CNN. I mean, that's CNN. Jessica Yellen, on with the proud card-carrying member of the gay Gestapo, talking about Obama's second-term plan. There's nothing here. There's nothing in it. This is just all old, recycled stuff. So the Obama campaign in pretty desperate shape. And by the way, this is a bad time to have President Obama as your commander-in-chief. I got a story here that the backlog of disability claims has gone up 179% under Barack Obama. These are veterans who have disability claims. They're not getting processed. They are backlogged, and the backlog has gone up 179% under this commander-in-chief. There's now 883,949 backlog claims, 66% of them for 125 days or more.